it's me again. It's currently 7 a.m. in the morning. I have not slept. My sleep schedule is really bad. But there's a lot of drama going on recently online about the creator Dream, who you probably are familiar with just through people complaining about him. And it's been occupying my mind a little bit, not because I'm massively invested. I can't say I've ever been a fan of Dream. I can't say it's shocking to me either that he continues to be proven as a bad person. I've always, been very wary of him. He's always given bad vibes, and frankly, it amazes me that, he still has a platform. That's a lie. It doesn't shock me that he still has a platform, and that's what I want to talk about today. Because I have spent a lot of time online recently. Just turn this down a bit, sorry. I spent a lot of time online recently. It happens. Depressive episode, don't go out much. A lot of doom scrolling. And the internet is like the worst fucking place to be. Because, it doesn't do a lot to give you hope. As a species, we really weren't meant to be so fucking connected, like in the slightest, because we don't agree on anything as a species. So I go online, and what that's proven to me is that like 2/3 of the people on this planet want me dead for things outside of my control. I'm not American, but I get exposed to American politics all the fucking time, because it's the internet, Americans are everywhere. And what I learned is that there's a whole country full of like people, and like more than half of them are like complete fucking morons who just hate anyone who's different than them, you know what I mean? And it's bad in my country as well. I mean, obviously the state of the politics here isn't great, but America is getting like dangerously fascist as of late. It's crazy. So social media a lot. You get a lot of war videos on your feed. Every other day, some fucking creator that everyone loved and idolized is a pedophile or an abuser or whatever. And it just gets me to thinking, like, Jesus Christ, this species sucks. Like, the vast majority of people out there are just like not doing the bare minimum, in my opinion. Dream still has swaths of loyal fans who are complicit in his questionable behavior. Tongue twister. Because people just don't care. People are complicit in like the worst stuff all the time because they just don't give a shit. Like, they just want to mindlessly consume their content, or like they're just not particularly emotionally intelligent, not passionate about anything, and they just don't care about like social issues. They don't see the people around them that are hurting because of their ignorance. That's why Wilbur still has people following like Lovejoy or whatever, and people who will do anything to downplay the abuse of his ex-girlfriend at his hands, because they just don't care. They just want to keep following their silly content creator. I get the coordinates before I venture off. I was on YouTube today, and I get of all people, a cool new Carson video in my recommended, and he still has a fucking loyal fan base. And it's because people just don't care. People are not like, you know, it's like whatever. It's not their concern, it's not their problem. And in my opinion, that is the most like harmful thing of all. And I think, you know, being on social media a lot has really proven how big of a problem this is. You know, as someone who is pretty fucking queer, you know, trans and bi, I experience a lot of kind of secondhand homophobia from people who are supposed to be my friends all the time. And I go online and people talk about, you know, killing the transgenders all the time, and you know, people just don't like care, because it's energy. You know, why would you care? Because the world we live in is fucked. I get it, right? But Jesus, it is not hard to just put something down. I think people lose so much energy these days, like fighting on Twitter, trying to get, you know, Dream stans or Wilbur Soot fans to understand the reason that, you know, their idol is false. But it's such wasted energy, because these people aren't going to listen. You know what I mean? The problem is not that they don't understand the details, it's that they don't care. You know, conservatives do this all the time. This is the reason that, like, kind of fascist ideologies are on the rise in America so violently right now, with conservatism and stuff over there. Because people are just full of hate. People just want to like hate shit and enjoy what they want without thinking about the moral implications. And when people tell them, like, hey, you're doing something wrong by platforming these people, or, you know, whatever, it's like they don't care, because they just don't put that much thought into I guess what they do. That's my theory anyway. I'm struggling to word it. I promise this feels more kind of together in my head. But like here's an example, right? J.K. Rowling is famously a horrible person, and yet so many people I know will just, you know, still enjoy the Harry Potter franchise actively, in spite of this. You know, even though I'm trans, people I know who know me, who are my friends, who would claim to care about these issues, will just not put that shit down, because like it's easier to just not think about it and just watch. You know, people chant all the fucking time, separate art from the artist, but it's not something you can do in like almost all the situations that people say. And maybe that's just my perspective as someone who's super into like art and stuff. I'm quite artsy. But you know, in the case of something like a band, you know, let's go back to our previous example, Wilbur Soot and Lovejoy. You can't separate art from the artist in that example at all. People chant this like it's some crucifix that will ward off all wrongdoing in continuing to support and listen to people who have done horrible things. And it's like, this is just not applicable. Art is like always going to be a reflection of the artist, and especially when it's the fucking lead singer of a band who writes all the songs themselves about themselves, you idiot. You know what I mean? It's like, people just don't care. They don't want to think about what's actually right. They want to just get some excuse that works to, you know, ward off criticism, then be fun with it. You know, Dream was saying like, you know, his excuse for using the R slur, which was crazy, by the way, that he did that. Fucking hell. excuse is like obviously not coming from a place of like a genuine belief. He just doesn't give a shit. You know, if these issues matter to him, he would have put in the research and understood that what he was doing was wrong, but like, he doesn't care. People I know use the Arsenal all the fucking time, and it's exhausting. You know what I mean? Like, this is not something you should be doing. It's not something anyone should be doing. Yeah. I have a lot of family that mean a lot to me that are, you know, disabled and stuff, and, you know, this shit, like, is offensive to me. This offends me when people use this slur, because it's a slur. It's not reclaimable. Like, obviously, it's not fucking reclaimable. But, like, people don't care. People, the point of these excuses is not to, you know, that's not their, like, seeking of good morals that brings them to that conclusion. It's their desire to dodge responsibility and be able to do whatever they want. And that's kind of like what I've realized as I spend so much time online, and you get so many people backing, you know, people like Mizkif and Dream and Wilbur. It's like, it's disgusting. Because you know who's hurt by that? Like disabled people. Oh my god. Creeper. Yeah. Apologies. You know who's hurt by that is disabled people. You know? It's victims. It's a woman who suffer discrimination and abuse all the time at the hands of men who suffer because people just like, I don't know, like Wilbur's music. It's the... What it's doing is perpetuating dangerous standards. You know, the standards that we have as a species. It's saying, like, yeah, abusers can get away with doing this stuff. It's saying, you know, it's, if you are excusing the actions of someone like Wilbur, it's sending a message that you are okay with, you know, men being abusers, like, that it doesn't really matter that much to you. The fucking endless, like, just cacophony of shit online, people yelling all the time, constantly pissed off, because it's like everyone just hates each other. It's fucking exhausting. And I'm not saying that, like, oh my god, I'm not saying that I am above all of this and the discourse does not concern me and everyone should shut up. I'm saying that, like, we have to stay in this endless fight because of, you know, the people who are complicit, the people who don't give a fuck and let bigoted, you know, people have platforms because, like, they just don't care. Am I making sense? I think I'm speaking in circles a bit, but, like, what we're spending time on Twitter and on YouTube and stuff with the recent drama has just, like, it's not made me realize, but it's been a reminder of how disappointed and hopeless I am in the world around us. I think genuinely the species is fucked. I think we're always going to be this divided. People are always going to fall back into fascism because as a species, I guess we love being hateful. And, like, I get it. I understand why, because I was there when I was like 13 years old and I found myself on echo chambers online that were saying, like, stupid, harmful, homophobic shit. But you know, I was 13 years old and I was dumb and I was impressionable, but, like, I educated myself, I surrounded myself with better people, and what do you know, I've become a better person. That's, you know, what we should see everyone doing, but obviously that's not going to happen. People like Wilbur and Dream don't need second chances. They need to be deplatformed. And is that going to happen? I don't know. Probably not. Like, all things considered, Dream has lost this current drama, right? everyone's hated him for years because he's, you know, a cunt. And you get Tommy in it dropping this 5-minute video, which just completely further butchers his character. Or, I don't know, is that the right term? Butchers his character? Not really. I mean, like, you know, slanders him. Is that the right word? No. You know what I mean, right? Like expresses to the public that he is not a good person. He is making people aware. And it was a very good video, very concise. But he is still gonna have an audience. And you know the people who are siding with him in this, like, people like Miskiff and like XQC and stuff who are kind of behind Tomino on this. When you can defend yourself to, you know, people who will not be complicit in ableism and, you know, the abuse of women and shit, you can turn to fucking Trump supporters, you can turn to, you know, racist, edgy people. And that's always gonna happen. And I am, like, deeply hopeless about it, but, you know, that's not what I want to end off on as a note. You know, because there's no wide scale fixing this. We're never gonna have a golden era of peace in politics where everyone is like gonna vote for people who aren't racist and stuff, because the system is fucked. The system doesn't work. There's no fixing it. I can't fix it. So what can we do? You know what we can do is we can not be complicit. And not everyone is going to take that step. Not everyone is going to, you know, put down the things that they liked because the person who made it is horrible. Creeper, I'm trying to speak. Stop that. People like Wilderset, Call Me Carson, fucking Dream will always have loyal fan bases and stuff. But, like, what we need to do is just, we need to normalize dropping bad people. It's that simple, you know. And if not for the entire species, do it for the spaces that we love and care about. You know, when someone like Tommy in it comes out and speaks on stream and stuff, that is sending a message that, like, hey, this space is not going to tolerate this kind of behavior. When a creator comes out and says trans rights, transgenders should have rights, that is sending a message that, like, hey, this space is not going to tolerate, like, bigotry. And that's important. That is such an important step. You know, we are not meant to exist as a one big machine. You know, the human race just is not supposed to do that. That was never going to work. It never will, I don't think. I'm very hopeless on it. But we can look down at the smaller communities and we can think, like, what can we do to make them better places? How can we educate people? How can we, you know, deplatform the people who don't deserve platforms? How can we, you know, send messages that we will not tolerate this stuff, so the racists can go fuck off and be with the racists? It's not a perfect solution. I don't think there will be a perfect solution. Thinking about politics, thinking about, like, conservatives online, thinking about all the celebrities who've you know, been in our Zionists, it's like, it's so disheartening. It is so disheartening to think that, you know, people can be so fucking ignorant and that there's so many of them. And it hurts to know that the people around me are oftentimes supporting and consuming ideas or stuff by people who would want me dead. People who are perpetuating bigoted ideas. And I just hope that, you know, as a culture online, we can I don't know, get better. You know, even this video is a bit hypocritical because I'm playing Minecraft and this game was fucking made by Notch, who is like a fucking Nazi. So maybe I'm not perfect either. Maybe I'm not. But, you know, I get caught up on the little things. And, yeah. I wonder sometimes, like, am I doing enough? I see all these videos, like, of horrible shit happening in Palestine, stuff going down in, like, you know, between Ukraine and Russia. I see horrible war crimes and, like, and I have very little hope for a future for myself because I hate myself. The world around me also hates me for things outside of my control, and I'll probably be in the closet forever. And, like, none of the systems work. Capitalism is a fucking scourge that I have to feed into if I want to do anything ever. And, like, the people around me are perpetuating bigoted ideas because they're lazy. And it's like, the world is so fucked, but at least I can recognize right from wrong. And I think that's just like what needs to be done. Just like, to you, something might not be that serious, but to someone, to victims who have suffered and will continue to suffer at the hands of horrible fucking people, this shit matters. To the people I know who watch and enjoy Harry Potter, who are just like straight cis white people, this is not a problem to them. But to me, as, you know, someone who's trans and queer, this is a problem. You know, to support Dream is to say fuck you, like, to disabled people. You know, to continue to support Wilbur is to continue to endanger women and, you know, pass on punishing abusers. And people are not going to care. You know, you're going to meet 100 people like I've described in my life who just want to consume and not think about it, but I'm fucking telling you, this is a problem. You know, ignorance will kill all of us. So I'm pleading with you, just drop these people. I think that's all I wanted to say anyway. I've been kind of waffling for a bit, and I don't know if I summed everything up perfectly. I'm kind of tired. I wish I could have phrased things a little better, but you know, I'm generally happy with that. So thanks if you've listened. I would implore you to think about the fucking consequences of your actions, and be a good person. Think about, you know, not selfishly how things affect you. Think about how it affects the people you love. Okay. Anyway, I'll probably be back to record more soon because I'm lonely. I'll see you later. Bye bye.